another Thursday night in the Pro Volleyball Federation from just outside of Indianapolis as the Indy Ignite welcome in the San Diego Mojo from the West Coast all the way here to Indy to try to earn a win on the road. It is the San Diego Mojo and the Indy Ignite. These two teams are in the bottom half of the Pro Volleyball Federation standings right now, a little over a month into the season, trying to turn things around and climb towards the top of the league. Hello everyone, we welcome you inside the Fishers Event Center. Emily Eamon, Noah Reed with you. Indy has lost 4 of 5. San Diego has lost 3 consecutive, but both teams look at tonight as a way to turn things around.
San Diego and Indy have both lost more matches than they would have hoped over the past 2 weeks, and they're trying to find consistency, and that starts tonight. For San Diego, they've had roster and lineup switches consistently over the past 6 weeks. They're really trying to find consistency at that opposite position, and Elise McGee is going to have to be big tonight. For Indy, they've had some dips in their serve and pass game that's led to less aggressive play. The biggest key for them is to control the pace of play in the first phase of the game.
Well, the consistency has lacked for Indy, but maybe not from a Johnny Teeler, who's been spectacular. Coming off a season-high 20 kills, also had 12 digs as a part of a double-double, but both matches last week, she was the catalyst of this offense after a 14-kill, 6-dig performance against Omaha, and she's been on a different level over the last week or so.
The biggest difference is that Johnny Teeler's more comfortable in Indy's system, and that connection with setter Sydney Hilly has got more consistent after a month of playing together. Teeler is one of the most impressive players because she plays so much bigger than she is. She's only 5'9", about 6 inches shorter than a typical professional opposite, but she makes up for it with her insane vertical and big strength. She's also incredibly crafty as an attacker. She has great ability to see the hands of the block in front of her and know which shot to hit. Getting Teeler productive is going to be key for Indy to take that next step forward.
She's averaged 17 kills per match over the last 2, as now we take a look at the San Diego Mojo starting lineup. A lot has been done with Elise McGee on the opposite side. She's really stepped into a bigger role over the last couple for the Mojo, and for the Indy Ignite tonight, it's been the same starting lineup that we've seen a majority of the season, with Sydney Hilly, the setter, running the offense. Kylie Murr, the libero, and Nina Chaich has continued her great stretch with double-figure kills in each of the last 4 matches. Well, we talked about it at the top, Emily. This is a really big match for these two teams who have struggled a little bit over the last, 2 weeks or so to kind of find some consistency, get back in the win column.
Both San Diego and Indy feel like they've shown glimpses of greatness. It just hasn't clicked through 3 sets. That's going to be key for both sides tonight. Can they string together 3 sets in a row?
Well, San Diego has lost 3 in a row entering tonight. The last time they won was against this Indy team a couple weeks ago in San Diego, and the Ignite, meanwhile, have lost 2 in a row and 4 of their last 5. Veronica Stone, one of the 2 All-Stars that was named earlier this week for San Diego, gets us underway, and an overpass picked up by Teeler. Chaich the roll shot. Both teams scrambling out of system early. Back row swing, and that is Lecator member Mena, who drills it into the back row.
Already to start, the defense pretty good on both sides. Both Indy and San Diego are so good defensively in terms of digs. The top 2 in the entire PVF in digs per set, so it's going to be really important to see who can outlast who defensively.
Back set right into the block of the Ignite. Johnny Teeler on the far side sails that way long, and San Diego's got its first point of the night.
Watching the matchup between a Johnny Teeler up front along with the outside is going to be really important, especially when Dahlke's up there. She's a much bigger block than Teeler, who just stands at 5'9".
Touch here for member Mena. Elise McGee goes cross court. Couple points in a row scored by the Mojo.
Elise McGee has been so impressive over the last week. She had her first career start and crushed it against Vegas the other night, leading the team with 16 kills. Expect San Diego to continue to get her the ball tonight.
Rookie out of Baylor, a couple times was named an All-American in college. And her first season has really started feeling more comfortable of late. Dumped over by Hilly. That's played for a moment by Lauren Page, but nobody else there. The setter initiates the offense for the Ignite.
One key for Indy is to get Sydney Hilly more involved in the offense when she's up front, making sure to establish that she's a threat aggressively, and when she's in the backcourt, holding that two-shoot over.
We typically don't see her go for the dump that early in a match, though.
It's important to establish early on, though, because it makes sure that the defense knows that she's a threat.
Quick answer right back the other way for San Diego. It's Elise McGee on that far pin.
Regardless of what pin she's on, whether it's the left side or the right side, Lee's going to get her going.
Couple early kills for Elise McGee for San Diego. This is Kendra Dahlke, the team's leading attacker, back behind the service line. Moeller out of the middle. Again, McGee right into the block of the Ignite. McGee, one more swing. Tila goes off speed. Free ball pushed over by the libero and Murr. Back set, McGee down the line, too strong. Point Indy.
Indy's defense really turning it on during that point. The backcourt letting nothing fall, even with these really difficult tips and roll shots. Kylie Murr, the libero, number 6 in orange, is doing a phenomenal job taking control of the backcourt for the Ignite.
Coming off a 17-dig performance against Orlando last weekend. She's got the bump set here. Lecator member men at the 10-foot line is pushed down on the block.
One key for Indy is when they are out of system, meaning the ball is 10 to 15 feet off the net and you have to run the outside. The outsides need to do a better job of hitting difficult and more difficult to defend shots rather than right into the block.
How do you do that?
The biggest thing is seeing the block where it is, looking at the defense and throwing in something, either taking them out of system or just a shot that's more difficult to hit.
Hilly sets, Member Mena again, uses the hands this time, and she tools the block.
Much better shot for Member Mena up front. The one before went straight into the block and down. This time went a little bit higher with it so she could use the blocker's hands in front of her.
She is just 5'8" on the outside, a very undersized outside hitter, but nearly 5 kills per set, leads the league. Great topspin serve, too. Good adjustment midair. Member Mena again from the back row, takes some speed off. Hilly back sets to Moeller on the slide, and she paints the back row.
Indy's defense is just creating opportunity after opportunity. That time it was Lecator, Member Mena in the backcourt. We talk about how good she is offensively up front, but man, she is just as good defensively in the backcourt.
Always a weapon no matter where she's at on the floor, and especially from here at the service line. Overpass, Moeller drills it through.
Controlling the pace in the first phase of the game is key for Indy, whether that's on the service front, on the end line, or passing. Indy's doing a great job taking control early on.
Back-to-back kills from the two-time All-American at Purdue, Blake Moeller. Service run continues for Lecator, Member Mena. Back set, here's McGee. Hilly got the first touch. Nina Chaich near pin, turned away. Right back to Chaich, dug up in the back by Dahlke, who now gets a back row touch. Murr to Chaich, cross court.
What an angle from Nina Chaich up front. This out-of-system ball left so far inside. But watch Chaich go get this. She speeds up her approach and rips it right inside the block.
She was just one shy of her season high, 18 kills against Orlando on Saturday. Had 19 earlier this year against Columbus. Ignite out to an early 7-4 lead. Pushed right into the net, point Indy.
San Diego has to find some consistency on their side. They haven't been in system at a high enough clip. Most of that is because Member Mena is getting after it from the end line.
Oh, that's enough for San Diego to take a timeout. All Indy early, 8 of the first 12 points have gone to the Ignite, and a good response at least early in this first set after a couple losses in a row.
And one of the biggest things was just being aware of what's happening on the court, whether it's something fast that's coming in or something that's really fast on attack, but Indy's done a nice job controlling that pace and that aspect of the game.
We talked to George Pageant early this morning, and he said, I kind of don't mind that we've faced a little adversity, and especially better now, and February than it is April when you're late into the season, but it's an opportunity to see how his team handles adversity.
And San Diego's coach, Taiba Hanif-Park, has said the same thing about her team. They started off pretty strong, then had some injuries kick in for this squad, and they've been dealing with lineup switches, and it's been really impressive to watch her move a lot of pieces around and still have those pieces find success. Someone like Elise McGee, their number 23 in white, she's done a really good job stepping up for this team into a role that she wasn't necessarily expected to be in, as she started off as an outside on this squad, but Taiba Hanif-Park had a conversation with her and said, hey, we need you to be more efficient and more consistent and make that switch to the opposite. And she said, all right, coach, sounds good, put me in. And she did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, 16 kills against Vegas last weekend. She only has 22 kills total on the season, so very limited role in the first few weeks, but they've gotten a lot out of her in the last match or so.
One of the hardest things when you're training and trading opposites and you have changes in and out is it's really difficult as a setter, and Dayoung Lee has done a really good job adjusting to whoever is in that right side spot, giving them the ball that they need.
Out of the timeout, Lecator member Mena continues what's been a long service run so far. Set to the middle, and it's pushed back by the block. Moeller and Hilly combine, and the Ignite score again out of the timeout.
Indy just taking control in every aspect of the game. The serve and the block working incredibly well together. Member Mena is on a heck of a serving run.
Lee with a back set. This is McGee, dug up by Murr. Nina Chaich goes cross court and buries it.
Kylie Murr with such an impressive up. She made that look so much easier than it was. This ball was coming with major heat, and she just ate it up right on the money. That allows Hilly to get the outside going with tempo, and Chaich, incredible up front.
Kylie Murr, more than 2,000 digs in her college career. 5-time All Big Ten selection. Touch out of the middle, that's Ronica Stone, and finally San Diego able to put an end to this long Indy run.
The backcourt stepping up, servicing, finally getting that really good pass. That allows that middle to run.
Here comes Elise McGee, the right side, rotates back to serve. Back row, Teeler, picked up. Lee goes to the far pin, and that's off the hand of Murr. It's a point for San Diego.
Really smart decision from the setter, Dayoung Lee, up front. A perfect pass. Normally you expect a middle or maybe an opposite in the backcourt to get the ball there, but she sends it outside for the one-on-one.
Hilly, back set. This is Moeller off the slide. Great pancake from Venegas, the libero. Right back to Moeller on the slide, and this time she terminates.
Hilly's doing a really good job getting that right side production, whether it's a middle going behind the setter on a slide or Teeler as an opposite, doing a really nice job forcing the ball on the right side of the court.
George Pageant said they've been too reliant on the outsides, and they have really good outsides, so you can understand why, but wanted more productions from the middles and the right side, and Sydney Hilly making sure to get a lot of touches, especially for Moeller.
A big thing, too, tonight was the first time they faced San Diego, Indy didn't do a very good job getting it away from the libero because Venegas is so good. So a key tonight was hitting the right side of the court.
Lecator member Mena got it up. Moeller chases down. Taylor won't quite make it back. Great effort, but point San Diego.
Those are the balls you just want to go over just because you know the crowd is going to go absolutely crazy. Good hustle and a good chase down from Ajani Teeler.
The last week that she's had, I wouldn't have been surprised. Everything was going her way. Janasia Moore on to serve, second-year pro. Hilly back set, Teeler from the back row. Point Indy.
And just keeping the pressure on San Diego, and whatever that looks like, whether it's a free ball or an easy down ball, just keeping the pressure on the Mojo.
Ignite out to an early 12-7 lead about halfway through this opening set. Dalkey cross court, pounds it into the floor.
What an out of system set. That is not an easy ball to give your outside in a perfect position. And with a little bit of tempo, Dalkey just went up and crushed it. Now
Ronica Stone on to serve. Hilly goes up tempo. That's CC Crawford's first swing of the night, and it's a kill.
Really fast tempo through the middle. That's what Sydney Hilly loves to push her middles with. Just right over the net. It's too fast to get two blockers up in front, so it's almost always one-on-one, and Crawford gets the better of it.
And you mentioned it, but the balance has been great, getting the middles and the right sides involved.
Yeah, Hilly's doing a great job spreading out that offense, making it unpredictable.
Dalkey picked up by Hilly. Member Mena, great dig from Venegas. Murr with the dig, overpass, and put away. Lauren Page out of the middle for the San Diego point.
So important as a middle blocker up front to be locked and loaded at all times. You never know when that ball is going to come back over, so you have to be ready to go up and take that big aggressive swing.
First time Page has played in the last 3 matches after missing 2 in a row. Devin Robinson, the rookie, serving. Like a tour member, Mena turned back. Hilly goes right back to her. Dalkey rejected, but it was out of play. Point San Diego.
Taylor in the right spot to make that block, just hands not quite turned back inside. Really good identification from Dalkey up front for San Diego to go right off the hands and out of bounds.
And San Diego's done a really nice job weathering that early storm from Indy. They're right back in it, down just 3.
And defense has been key for San Diego. They're digging more balls, giving more opportunities on offense to transition those plays.
Daeyeon Lee, the 11th year pro out of South Korea, the setter serving. Back set, Taylor on the right pin, up. Dalkey sends it right into the net, point Indy.
Dalkey with the right idea there. Indy's taking away her line, so she tries to go cross court with it, just not enough power to get that over the net.
Lee goes to the middle. Crawford sets, Taylor pounds it through.
There's Taylor's strength just showing off up front. If she gets a perfect set and the block either has a seam in it or she has a lane to hit through, you better bet she's going to bring all the heat that she's got.
And worth noting, George Pageant told us that CC Crawford loves to show that she can set. She gets the assist there.
CC definitely thinks she's a setter, so it's fun to watch her go out and do her thing.
Wide left on the swing that time, and it is a point Ignite. Indy on a 3-0 run, and the Ignite have taken a 6-point lead at 16-10, a little more than halfway through this opening set from the Fishers Event Center. Well, after Indy jumped out to a big lead, San Diego was able to climb back in it, but the Ignite, Emily, have responded with a quick 3-0 run of their own, and that lead is lengthened out to 6 again.
CC Crawford's doing a really nice job from the end line, knocking San Diego out of system, giving them fits in serve receive.
And Ajani Taylor, who's coming off a season-high 20 kills last time out, has 2 kills, 3 digs early in this first set. And the aforementioned CC Crawford back behind the service line. Lee with a back set near pin. Roll shots played by Lecator member Mena, who now gets the swing. Dalkey buries it right in front of Chaich for the kill.
It's a really difficult ball to hit for Dalkey. As a right-handed attacker on the right side, you have to let that ball cross your entire body before you take a swing at it. So if it's left inside, it's really difficult. She did a good job adjusting her feet to the ball.
Miscommunication that back line between Chayich and Murr. It ends in an ace.
Really good serve from Dalkey, going right at the seam between Chayich and Murr, making him talk about it in the backcourt.
Team leading 5th ace of the season for Kendra Dalkey. Chayich pops it up off the block. San Diego scrambling. Venegas has to send a free ball over. Might have gone out, but it's played by Chayich. And Muller punches it over. Back row, Dalkey. Roll shot played by Muller. Taylor with the wind up. And the point for Indy.
Sloppy play on both sides, just misconnect after misconnect, but finally Taylor gets it down off of the bumps and a really good job finishing that one, just swinging high with it.
That's something for Indy, as Coach Padgett said that he felt they haven't been very good out of system, and that point wasn't pretty, but sometimes you have to win out of system points.
That's what happens in those long rallies. Oftentimes you're going to be out of system consistently, so as a pin hitter, you really have to focus in on it. Might not be the perfect set, but you got to get something to do with it.
Slide, Muller, cross court, tough angle, but she makes it happen.
That angle's insane. Blake Muller's hitting that like 5 feet off the net while she's tight on the net as well. I mean, that is so impressive.
Not even close to being out of play either. Great swing from Muller, who's got 3 kills in this opening set. Wind up, great dig from Murr, but couldn't be played at the net.
Super impressive up by Kylie Murr in the backcourt. That's what makes her so good. You think that ball is down and she just comes scooping under it to get it up.
This is Lauren Page, has spent time in Portugal, France, and Germany as a pro. Lecator member Mena uses the hands of the block for the kill.
That's Lecator member Mena's bread and butter shot, going right off the block because she's an undersized outside. She's just 5'8", so like 4 or 6 inches shorter than ideally you want to be as an outside attacker professionally. So she has to be more crafty and use the block more.
There's so much power on that swing as well. Oh, nearly had an ace, but Lee slides in to play it. And now she's got the dig. Back set, Muller again down the line. It's been a great first set for Blake Muller.
It's been massive for Indy to have some diversity in their attack, really spread things out. Sometimes the Ignite can get very one-dimensional to the outsides. Chayich and member Mena are phenomenal, but they have to find some balance to open things up for their pins later on.
Well, Muller already has 5 kills. The most she's had in a match this season is 6. We're still in the first set. And the serve goes just out from Lecator member Mena, point San Diego.
It's difficult to find that consistency with the topspin server, but member Mena has been phenomenal tonight. That's a miss that you're completely okay with right outside the back line.
Hilly looks to Chayich. Great dig from Dalkey. Set just a little bit long, point Indy.
I think he's lucky they didn't challenge that because you could hear that touch call. At least someone yelling touch.
Comes Carly Scott from Carmel, Indiana, nearby. Off the slide, picked up by Hilly. Chayich near pin. Great defensive effort to send it back over. Now Hilly goes herself. Oh, great dive, but it's out of play. Good effort from Lecator member Mena, still point for a Mojo.
Yeah, really good up from member Mena in the backcourt, diving to save that one. That dump that Hilly took earlier, if she's gonna take it over, it needs to be either a little bit shallower or more toward the corner, because right in zone 5, or zone 6 rather, in that middle back is not gonna work.
Janasia Moore, who was fantastic the first time against Indy a couple weeks ago, a 20-kill performance. Slide, Crawford, ups. Member Mena, smart play coming across the 10-foot line. And terminated on the outside by Dalkey.
Both Moore and Dalkey were both phenomenal in that first matchup against Indy. They had to combine 39 kills. That was a big key for Indy coming into this one, to defend the outsides just a little bit better.
Remember, Mena full wind up on the swing from the back row. She is lethal no matter where she's at on the floor.
She's got a cannon for an arm. Elise McGee's in the perfect spot to make this play, but it's one thing to touch it. It's another thing to completely control it, and that's just coming with too much pace.
Dolke gets the point right back for the Mojo.
Dolke's just continuing to swing that cross-court shot time and time again. Indy should bring that block just one more step inside and take that shot away.
Kendra Dolke with 4 kills in this first set. This is Ronica Stone serving with the Mojo down 5. Late set 1. Lecator member Mena, great effort from Stone. Hilly goes Crawford in the middle, blocked back. Indy scrambling, free ball Murr. Lee goes outside to Dolke. Got the deflection of the block, and it's a point for San Diego.
Great defensive play in the backcourt. Ronica Stone laying out for that ball to keep it alive. Didn't score a point, but it saved the point and gave the Mojo the opportunity to continue on in that rally.
Coach Anif Park talked about how great the leadership has been from Stone this season. Keeps everyone accountable, very vocal during practices. Taylor is set back. The Mojo making a run here late in set 1.
Massive read up front from San Diego, knowing that in this rotation, Ajani Taylor's coming in front and Cece Crawford's going behind in an X pattern. Really smart identification and shutdown.
It was Lauren Page up front for the block for the Mojo. Hilly goes to Chaich, no block in that one.
Big put down from Nina Chaich, identifying where the block was, seeing that seam and just arrowing it right through.
2 kills in the opening set for Nina Chaich, who's had at least 10 in 4 straight matches. And that serve goes way deep.
I think it's still going.
Off the wall for a double. Taylor right side goes off speed. Diving effort. Remember, Mena can't get to it. Dolke the kill. San Diego closes the gap again.
Dolke continuing to hit that cross-court shot. Indy has to defend that better. Either move an off blocker inside a little bit more or take that block and move it in.
Hilly looks to Lecator member Mena. Lee outside to Dolke, pushes it into the block. Taylor sent back, but it's out of bounds. She tools the block, and Indy has set point.
Big swing at a massive time for Ajani Taylor. As it's gotten later in sets over the last week or so, Sydney Hilly's been more and more comfortable going to Taylor in that situation.
Blocked back. It's point Indy. The defense for the Ignite wins set 1. (25-21). Indy takes set 1 at home against San Diego here at the Fishers Event Center.
When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. La 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la.
Pro Volleyball Federation Season 2. Tickets available now.
We got it next. That's how you finesse. We come for they next. Beautiful swing. Balls blocked straight down. What a rocket out of the back. Now they calling my phone, yeah, but I'm all in my zone. They not a threat. Tell them reset.
She is absolutely white hot. And a nice block on the outside.
Did it all on my own, yeah. Went and brought it back home.
What a final rally.
From club or high school courts to championship arenas, Spalding has been the trusted partner of volleyball players for generations. Our team of dedicated professionals isn't just about selling equipment, we're about supporting your journey. Spalding offers a comprehensive range of high-performance systems, nets, and accessories meticulously crafted for every skill level, budget, and playing style. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Spalding's knowledgeable staff will guide you, equip you, and
Well, Indy is up 1-0 after a 25-21 win, and the setter, Sydney Hille, putting up an absurd stat line through just one set. Emily, 14 assists, already 9 digs.
What I love about Sydney Hille's play is that she is incredibly well-rounded. 9 digs in just that set alone, nearly half of all of Indy Ignite digs are coming from her. That tells you that San Diego is keeping the ball on her, but she's doing a really good job controlling it. Another stat on there that doesn't show up is the fact that she has 4 of her hitters right now with 3 or more kills. That means she's distributing the ball incredibly well. Things are very spread out, and she's making sure to get everybody involved in the play, which is exactly what she needs to do, especially early on in the match.
Well, George Pageant told us at the beginning of the season, he goes, I've caught myself saying this a couple times. I need to be careful because I say that she makes it look so easy that it's almost boring. And he said there's nothing about her game that's boring, but it just seems that effortless from her.
And he says that it's not flashy, but it's very efficient and methodical. And he speaks so highly of his setter that is still very early on in her career. She's only been playing professionally for 3 years, but she does such a great job of running an offense, knowing who to get involved when, and really how to lead this team.
A 5-time All-American was Sydney Hille in college, had more than 6,000 assists in her career at Wisconsin. Had a match for the Badgers, it was a 4-setter, it wasn't even a 5-setter, against Minnesota where she had 76 assists. Averaging 19.5 assists per set is just unheard of.
Definitely helps when you're playing with a college team that had won a national championship, won a handful of Big Ten championships as well, but she is such a high caliber player, and she's been playing at that level for so long. And Coach Pageant has talked about the first time he saw her, he watched her do 10 reps and knew she was special. That's how much she stood out even at an early age.
Well, 14 assists, 9 digs in that opening set for Indy's setter, Sydney Hille, who won a title in this league last year with Omaha. Able to withstand a couple late surges from San Diego in that opening set. Got it all the way down to 3 on a couple different occasions, but the Indy Ignite able to put it away late.
The difference here for San Diego is they have to do a better job in transition. They're digging a ton of balls. They now need to convert them and get some offense going out of them to put some balls down.
Yeah, 22 digs in that opening set for San Diego, 26 for Indy. Those are some incredible numbers through one set. Great diving play by Hille. She's already got a double-double now. Tight to the net for Hille, who makes that playable for Crawford. Lee goes back set on the slide, upped by Murr. What an opening point to this set, too. The dump is blocked by Crawford. Dalkey cross court played by Chaich. Oh, great dig in the back row. Overpass is poked onto the side of Indy. Crawford puts it away. Wow.
The defense in this matchup is absolutely relentless. I feel like I'm back watching the Japan national team in the BNL semifinal against Brazil. I mean, there's nothing hitting the floor. It is like watching magic out there in the backcourt.
These are the 2 top teams in the league in digs per set, and I think we're seeing exactly that in the first set plus
and this
tonight.
is what makes matches so fun, when you have this back and forth. It is so exciting to see impressive plays, especially in the backcourt, because it gets your team going.
Well, that was not a long rally whatsoever. Did not return back to the Indy side of the net, and the Ignite take a 2-0 lead. Back row touch, and it's Elise McGee.
Getting Elise McGee going is going to be really big for San Diego, especially in the backcourt. When you don't expect her to get the ball all the time, it's been key to move her around back there, not just keep her on a D ball in the right back, but a pipe through the middle back as well.
She had 2 really early kills in that first set, but then went quiet the rest of the way. Crawford from the middle, that's upped by McGee. Now Dalkey near pin. Did it find the line? Yes, it did.
Dalkey's been so impressive tonight so far. She is racking up kill after kill. San Diego's been getting her in really nice positions.
Well, the replay on the screen, the Jumbotron, showed that that ball caught the line and was in, so San Diego gets a break. Member men of the dig. Hilly dumps it over. Hilly looks to Chaich on the outside, poked right back. Nice adjustment. Blocked back by Taylor.
Indy's defense has been phenomenal, whether it's in the backcourt getting impressive up after impressive up, but really the block up front has allowed the backcourt to get those opportunities. Whether or not they're getting a stuff, they're getting really nice touches to slow that ball down or funnel it where they want it to go.
Indy's third block of the night, plus several others, like you said, where they don't get the block, but ends up being their point because of it.
Good up.
Indy scrambling. Murr saves that point for the Ignite. Member Mena tipped right back. Member Mena again tries to push it down the line. Dalkey rejected. Still up. Overpass. Crawford. Tabron chases it down. Indy with a chance in system. Hilly looks to Lekator member Mena, and that hit the antenna. Point San Diego.
Indy is making it so difficult for San Diego to get a ball through them. Taylor is stifling on that right side pin. She's only 5'9", but she's a phenomenal blocker up front, getting really good touches.
You got 5'9" Taylor and 5'8" Lekator member Mena, who great defensively, but also your top two options offensively. And Taylor right on cue at the point.
I think what makes member Mena and Taylor so impressive is you look at them and they don't look like the most imposing forces, 5'8" and 5'9", normally not what you see in the professional game, but they play so much bigger than they are. They jump through the gym and they are so strong.
Lee with a quick set into the middle. Taylor blocked back, but it's out of bounds. Indy reclaims the lead.
Another thing that makes Taylor so impressive is her high volleyball IQ. She can see the block so well in front of her and just go right off the hands or fingertips when she needs to.
Earlier this week was named one of 3 All-Stars for the Indy Ignite, and the All-Star game will be played right here in Indy. Ooh, right down the line. Great swing for Dalkey, ends in a kill.
I'm so excited about that All-Star game, too. Almost a week away, about 10 days or so next Saturday, right here in the Fishers Event Center. Going to have 24 All-Stars throughout the PVF coming to play. It's going to be so fun and exciting.
Top players in the league. Also exciting for it to be here in Indy in year 1 of franchise history, that the league is already bringing the All-Star game here.
I think what the league has seen so far is that the fan support here in Indy has been phenomenal. I mean, every single night there are thousands of fans to watch the Indy Ignite. It's been so much fun to see the fan support here in Indy for a town and a city and a state that really love the sport.
Dalkey goes into the net, point Indy. Taylor continues serving with the Ignite up 3. Back set to that far pin is pushed right back. Point Ignite again, going on a run.
Indy has really turned up their service pressure from what we saw during the last week. They really weren't as aggressive as what we saw how they started off this season. Now they're putting more pace there, driving the ball back, dropping it short, and going into those teams really well.
San Diego has to use a timeout after Indy has gone on a 5-1 run since it was tied at 3 moments ago. The Ignite takes set 1, also have an 8-4 lead early in set 2.
And one of the reasons Ajani Taylor was saying that she made these massive jumps this season was she's really been focusing on her health. She said she made the switch in June to really focus on her diet, to cut out certain things and really focus on what matters, and that was volleyball, her faith, and her family. And a big part of that was focusing on her health to make sure that she was as good and her body was at as top shape as it possibly could be, to jump as high as she wants, to hit as hard as she can, and to really get her mental game right as well.
And I love the perspective that she had as well. She said, I have to remember sometimes that I'm playing volleyball for a living. How does it, it doesn't get any cooler than that. 6 kills, 3 digs through a set and a half so far for Ajani Teeler.
One of the big things that she talks about that at least stood out to me was how much fun that she's having here as well. She said this group here in Indy is so tight. Part of that also helps, she says, because a lot of the girls are somewhat around the same age. It's a really young group, so they all get along really well. They're constantly doing activities off the court, so the group is really tight-knit. She's having more fun than she's had in a really long time playing volleyball.
From Grand Prairie, Texas, but played her college ball at Kentucky. She's got an ace right here out of the timeout. And said there's going to be a lot of family and friends coming up here to the Fishers Event Center next week to watch her play in the All-Star game.
Oh, there has to be. I mean, she said she was so excited when they called her name, slightly also having a bit of imposter syndrome. She said she didn't expect it at all, but with the way that she's been playing over the last few weeks, it's been really impressive to watch her go off.
Yeah, she's certainly proven that she's belonged in the All-Star game. Chaich from the back row. Nice dig by Dalkey. Tabron off the net. Hilly back set. Great adjustment from Moeller on the slide to push it down the line.
San Diego has to find a way to keep more pressure on Indy because Hilly's doing such a great job distributing the offense. San Diego has to find a way to get him out of system at a higher clip, because when that offense is spread out, Indy is very tough to stop.
Moeller's 6th kill, that matches her season high. We're not even a set and a half in. Hilly goes to Lekator member. Mena down the line. She tags it for the kill.
Take away the line. She'll rip it cross court. This time you give her cross court, she'll just rip that line shot. She is so impressive the way she's able to vary up her shots based on the block, whatever they're giving her.
You talked about the volleyball IQ a little bit ago, and you just said it. Whatever they're giving her, she's taking it, whether it's cross-court, down the line, and it's resulting in a lot of kills, too.
A lot of that, too, is just her court vision. I mean, because she's an undersized attacker, as Indy blocks that one back. Remember, Mena's so impressive because she plays bigger than she is. Those hands are in the right position, and it seems like across the board for Indy, they're doing a much better job blocking. Those hands right now, phenomenal.
Everything going the way of the Ignite right now. They have jumped out to a 12-4 lead. And finally a point for San Diego. They're able to finally get the side out after a 9-1 run for the Ignite.
San Diego has to find a way to side out quicker. We've seen Indy go on a few really long service runs. As a backcourt, you have to find a way to either get that ball up to high 5-10 feet off the net, because at least you can still run your offense like that.
Lauren Page serving. Moeller on the slide, upped by the block. Janasia Moore, played by Murr. Johnny Taylor rips it down the line.
That's just an insane out-of-system play. Taylor looked like she wasn't even ready for that ball, but she knows anytime she's back there and they're out of system, she still has to be an offensive option, even while she's in the backcourt.
20 kills, 12 digs last time out, a double-double in that loss against Orlando. Lekator member Mena goes into the net on the serve, and San Diego pulls within 7. Chaich, point Indy.
Really high IQ play from Sydney Hilly. It's a perfect pass. Normally you expect every time the middle to get the ball on that slide. Hilly sends it outside for Chaich to have a one-on-one.
And it also helps the day that Blake Moeller is having, too, where she's been really good. The defense is going to slide over to her.
Moeller's been phenomenal. If you're blocking against that, sometimes you might just want to throw a commit block up and put 2 up against Moeller and have one-on-one on the outside. Really smart ID from Hilly from seeing those shifts in the block against her.
And if that's the case, if you give a one-on-one to Nina Chaich, she's going to win that every time. Carly Scott serving, won a state title at nearby Carmel High School. Went on to have a really good career with Michigan, where she was twice named an All-American.
I can tell you, coming from Indiana and growing up just a few hours south of where Carly Scott was, everyone knew who she was.
Yeah.
I mean, you knew Carly Scott. She was so much fun to watch in high school, kind of just one of those Indiana volleyball legends if you grew up in the area.
So we're getting word that with the delay, we are waiting on substitutions to go through on the iPad. Technology is great, but every once in a while, the Wi-Fi may be struggling.
I love Raynell Jones so much. That was one thing Tayabuni Park said was, our team has so much personality, and sometimes you might not see it on the court, but man, you see it on the bench and the way they cheer, how they are at practice all the time. It is such a fun group.
All right, we're ready to go. Good swing from Janasia Moore, has a kill for the Mojo.
Really good one-and-done play for San Diego to get that pass right away, send a good ball outside, and a great finish from Moore in that back deep corner.
Second-year pro who had a season-high 20 kills in the first meeting between these two just a couple weeks ago. Rotates back to serve after the kill. Hilly back sets, Teeler near side, whips it cross court for the kill.
The way that Teeler is able to sky up at the ball is so impressive. Even if she's a little bit off balance, she finds ways to get her feet there and just sky up.
George Padgett told us that she can be the reason this team takes it to the next level. And he said she certainly has the athleticism and the arm to be that kind of player for us. Great dig from Murr. Dolke, that time Murr can't get to it.
Dolke having a lot of success in that back deep corner. Moore had the hit right there. One hit before, going from middle back to left back right between them. Smart identification from Dolke to do the exact same thing.
Nearly 4 kills a set for Dolke this season. Shaich buries it in front of Dolke. All Indy Ignite here in set 2. After a set 1 win, it is all Ignite. They've got San Diego doubled up 16-8 after the Nina Shaich kill. We are only 9 days away from the Pro Volleyball Federation All-Star Game being held in this building, the Fishers Event Center in Indianapolis. 5 players in this game between these two teams. Emily will be there.
I am so excited for this matchup. For Indy, you have Lekator member Mena, Ajani Teeler, and Sydney Hilly on that side. And for San Diego, you have Veronica Stone and Shara Venegas. Just 5 incredible players out on the court right now, and you'll see 24 of them next Saturday. I think it was super cool, too. They had fans vote on it. Over 10,000 people voted for the players that they wanted to see in this match.
Shows you the growth that this sport has had the last few years. That is Lekator member Mena who's down, and that's not a great sign if you're an Indy Ignite fan. The league's leading attacker down for Indy, nearly 5 kills a set, and they are working on her ankle. Oh, came down on the foot of Cece Crawford, her teammate.
That left ankle looked like it turned inside. Tough to see for this Indy team that's already without Anna DeBeer, who had an ankle injury in the national semifinals.
Not easy for her to put much weight on that left ankle. Now she says she's good. Always nice to see.
A lot of times with ankle injuries as well, having gone through a few myself, it's just really scary when it happens too, because you do feel that right away. You don't know how bad it is. Good to see her walking off, though, to the bench.
A silence went over this building, and as you can expect, 5 kills, almost 4 digs a set for Lekator member Mena, who's been among the best in the league this season. So as member Mena gets looked at by the athletic training staff of the Indy Ignite, we resume play with Nina Chaich serving. Dolke goes down the line. Mojo score the point.
It's not great for Indy to have member Mena out, but this is honestly a really good opportunity for San Diego right now. They needed some kind of momentum switch, and this is an opportunity for them to take charge in this set. Or at least get some momentum back on their side, being down 7 now.
Lost a really competitive set one, 25-21. Crawford from the middle. Emily, you know what you're going to get from her defensively. She's fantastic, but if they can start getting some offensive production from her, it can be scary.
Cece Crawford is phenomenal up front when that ball is in a good spot, and Sydney Hilly is one of the best setters to put the ball exactly on the money, and that's when Crawford can really up her game.
Crawford this time sets. Chaich from the back row. Upped by Hilly, but an overpass. San Diego the chance in system and tried to dump it over.
It's a smart decision up front from Sarah Sponsel coming in this double sub situation, but maybe not the best time to do it that far off the net.
Indy pushes the lead back out to 9 with Cece Crawford behind the line. Dolke near pin, goes cross court, sails long. Isabel Martin watches it fly by, and the Indy Ignite have a double-digit lead.
This is one of the rotations with Cece Crawford back to serve that they really capitalized on during the first set. San Diego has to get out of it a lot sooner and close up those seams.
Sponsel the bump set. Dolke buries it on the line.
Much better response, Dolke really taking control of that serve-receive ball, getting it just straight up, even though it was really difficult, then hitting a solid out-of-system swing.
A match-high 12 kills already for Kendra Dolke, who rotates to the back row to serve now. Nobody else in double figures yet. And it falls right in front of the line for an ace.
That ball looked like it was sailing out of bounds, and at the last second just dropped right in on the line. Really good serve from Dolke.
A kill and an ace, and back-to-back points for Dolke. Has pulled San Diego within 9. Hilly looks to Chaich. Overpass, dumped down by Moeller.
Moeller doing a really nice job taking control of the net up front. You want your middles to be as aggressive as possible on those 50-50 plays, the ones that are kind of dancing right on top of the tape.
Here comes Elena Scott, rookie from Louisville, played in the Final Four in her hometown earlier this year. Murr with the up, overpass. Murr has it again. Back set, Chaich bounces it off the tape. Back set, Moeller on the side, on the slide, finds a seam in the block.
Indy doing a good job taking care of the easy plays. They get free ball after free ball, and the backcourt's really pushing it up. That allows the middle to run in a good route by Moeller to put that one down the line.
Chaich the dig, but it is a point for the Mojo. Net violation against Indy.
Indy getting just a little bit aggressive on the block up front. Have to stay disciplined even when it's a chaotic play.
Ignite closing in, though, on a second set win and a chance to take a commanding 2-0 lead here at home. Rotation error there for Indy, so net violation, then out of rotation allows the Mojo to score a couple in a row.
Players just releasing a little bit too quickly. A lot of times you'll see that in this rotation in row 4 when the setter's in left front running over.
Chaich goes off speed from the back row.
Really smart decision from Chaich. Not the most beautiful set to her. Timing is a little bit off, but she sees a giant hole in the middle of the court, puts it right in the donut.
Sponsel has to chase it down. More the swing, up by Martin. Chaich at the 10-foot line. Free ball sent over by Venegas. Chaich rips it cross court.
Chaich has been killing that cross-court shot all night long. San Diego at some point has to make an adjustment, bring that off blocker a little bit deeper, bring that block inside because she is ripping it time and time again.
6 kills for Nina Chaich. Back row, Dolke finds the hands of the block for a kill.
This is the time for San Diego to try to just get a little bit of momentum or something headed into the next set. They're still down 10 points, so not likely to come back in it, but they have to string together just a few points for momentum.
Moeller off the slide, it's up this time. Tight to the net. Moeller digs it out of the net. And a point for Chaich. What a sequence for the Indy Ignite.
That is defense turning into offense. Kylie Burr with such an incredible up in the backcourt to save this play. Time and time again, she makes plays like this, and you just do not expect that she was in the right spot at the right time.
Wow. That is how the Indy Ignite gets set point and a chance to take a 2-0 lead. Moore punches it into the middle. Great play by Moeller. Moore sails it long. Point Indy, set Indy. The Ignite are up 2-0. Well, before we officially say it's 2-0, San Diego will challenge to see if this ball was tipped or not at the net. Well, that was quick. They say no touch. And the call is confirmed, point Indy. And the set goes to Indy, 2-0. The Ignite have taken the lead.
Indy doing another phenomenal job, taking control of the game in really all facets, whether it's serving or attacking. They're knocking San Diego out of system and really controlling the pace of the game.
Got a chance to make it a sweep here at home against San Diego after going up 2-0. And we're joined by George Padgett, now the head coach of the Indy Ignite, after they take a 2-0 lead. And Coach, that one was pretty dominant, and I don't think he can hear us. All right, Coach, can you hear us?
Yeah.
All right,
Awesome.
Well, Coach, thanks for joining us. That second set was pretty dominant. What did you like most?
Just a scrap. I thought we dug a lot of balls, we extended plays, forced them to finish in our serve. We served tough.
Sydney Hilly's really running the offense spread out. What do you like about that?
Just give people one-on-ones, but that's a lot. Credit to our serve receive. I think we're doing a good job in serve reception right now. Definitely makes her job easier, but as smart as she is, that's going to be easy for us if we can keep that going.
Coach, how do you close this out in 3?
We got to stay aggressive from the service line and then, try to pick up. I mean, obviously, Lex a big member of our team, but we got a lot of good players here and just making sure we maintain the rest of ourselves.
Thanks so much, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
It's George Padgett, his team up 2-0 over San Diego, and they've got a chance to win it in 3 here in front of the home crowd after a dominant set 2 victory.
NCAA women's volleyball has never been more electrifying. The action is nonstop. The energy is explosive. Experience the intensity live. Sign up for pre-sale news and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
Fisher's Event Center in Indiana will play host to the inaugural PVF All-Star Match, February 22nd. Tickets are on sale now at provolleyball.com or scan the QR code for instant access.
We got it next. That's how you finesse. We cover they necks. Beautiful swing. Balls blocked straight down. What a rocket out of the back. Now they calling my phone, yeah, but I'm all in my zone. They not a threat. Tell them reset.
She is absolutely white hot. And a nice block on the
Did
outside.
it all on my own, yeah. Went and brought it back
What a
home.
final rally.
From club or high school courts to championship arenas, Spalding has been the trusted partner of volleyball players for generations. Our team of dedicated professionals isn't just about selling equipment, we're about supporting your journey. Spalding offers a comprehensive range of high-performance systems, nets, and accessories meticulously crafted for every skill level, budget, and playing style. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Spalding's knowledgeable staff will guide you, equip you, and cheer you on every step of the way.
It has been all Indy Ignite here at home trying to snap a 2-match losing streak. They are up 2-0 over the San Diego Mojo with a chance to sweep in front of the home crowd. We welcome you back inside the Fishers Event Center. Emily Eamon, Noah Reed back with you. We talked about it right off the top. It's been the first time all season that Indy has faced adversity, having lost 4 of the last 5. But what's been the difference in these first 2 sets?
The difference tonight for Indy to go up 2-0 has been their ability to spread out the offense. The serve receive has been phenomenal at getting setter Sydney Hilly in a spot to where she has all options on attack. That's making their offense incredibly unpredictable, and San Diego hasn't had an answer. Their defense just can't handle what Indy is throwing at them. Now, on the other side of the ball, San Diego has to do a better job in transition. They're still digging a decent amount of balls, just not in a good spot to run their offense efficiently.
Well, you talked about Sydney Hilly. She's been fantastic, just really operating this offense.
Sydney Hilly has done a phenomenal job. A player like Blake Muller has gone off tonight, which has been very key for this team to keep the offense spread out, keep it unpredictable. Right now, 4 players on this offense have 5 or more kills, 3 of them having 8 or more, and that tells you just how balanced this offense is and how good the passing and defense has been to allow Hilly to be in a spot that she has all options on attack.
Chaich, Moeller, and Teeler, the 3 that had 8 kills for the Indy Ignite. Set 1 was pretty competitive. Set 2 really wasn't. The Ignite pulled away.
The biggest story for Indy Ignite right here was Lekator member Mena, the star outside for Indy, twisting that left ankle going down. We didn't see her return during the second set, but Izzy Martin went in, and she's going to have to be big and a difference maker, and the other players are going to have to step up. Someone like a Johnny Teeler, who's been so good for them, has to continue to ride that wave and provide some stability for this team that's now missing their star attacker.
Well, through 2 sets, here is a look at the numbers. The digs per set are insane.
Yeah, the defense has been so much fun to watch. Even though that set wasn't particularly close, it's been really exciting because the defense has been so high. Now, the difference for San Diego right now, they have to transition some of those plays and get that efficiency up a little bit and slow down Indy at the net with the block, whether that's getting stuffs or just positive touches.
Well, they haven't been able to do that quite yet, with Indy hitting .349 through the first 2 sets, and the defense has also been great. 24 digs per set. Indy in front of the home fans have a chance to close this one out and make it a quick night, up 2 sets to nothing. The sweep is there for the taking for the Ignite.
NCAA women's volleyball has never been more electrifying. The action is non-stop. The energy is explosive. Experience the intensity live. Sign up for pre-sale news and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
Fisher's Event Center in Indiana will play host to the inaugural PVF All-Star Match, February 22nd. Tickets are on sale now at provolleyball.com or scan the QR code for instant access.
We got it next. That's how you finesse. We cover they necks. Beautiful swing. Ball was blocked straight down. What a rocket out of the back. Now they calling my phone, yeah, but I'm all in my zone. They not a threat. Tell them reset.
She is absolutely white hot. And a nice block on the outside.
Did it all on my own, yeah. Went and brought it back home.
What a final rally.
From club or high school courts to championship arenas, Spalding has been the trusted partner of volleyball players for generations. Our team of dedicated professionals isn't just about selling equipment, we're about supporting your journey. Spalding offers a comprehensive range of high-performance systems, nets, and accessories meticulously crafted for every skill level, budget, and playing style. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Spalding's knowledgeable staff will guide you, equip you, and cheer you on every step of the way.
When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. La 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 la, I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la, I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la.
Pro Volleyball Federation Season 2. Tickets available now.
We got it next. That's how you finesse. We cover they necks.
Beautiful swing. Ball was blocked straight down. What a rocket out of the back.
Now they calling my phone, yeah, but I'm all in my zone. They not a threat. Tell them reset.
She is absolutely white hot. And a nice block on the
Did
outside.
it all on my own, yeah. Went and brought it back
What a
home.
final rally.
From club or high school courts to championship arenas, Spalding has been the trusted partner of volleyball players for generations. Our team of dedicated professionals isn't just about selling equipment, we're about supporting your journey. Spalding offers a comprehensive range of high-performance systems, nets, and accessories meticulously crafted for every skill level, budget, and playing style. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Spalding's knowledgeable staff will guide you, equip you, and cheer you on every step of the way.
Moments away from the start of set 3 here at the Fisher's Event Center between the Indy Ignite and the San Diego Mojo, with the Ignite up 2 sets to nothing. And it's the first meeting between these two, Emily, in San Diego. Indy won the first, San Diego came back and won the next 3, so you know that second set was really important for the Ignite.
It's really massive to get that second set under your belt rather than being split 1-1. Indy is now in full control of this matchup at 2-0, trying to make it as quick of a match as possible because they do have somewhat of a quick turnaround facing Atlanta now on Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday on the road at Atlanta, too. San Diego continues their road trip on Sunday as well as they head to Omaha. Veronica Stone back to serve for San Diego to try to get us underway here in set 3.
San Diego will make that adjustment at middle, putting Raynell Jones in, trying to get some defensive intensity up front. She's known for her blocking skills. Throughout her entire volleyball career, she's been a phenomenal blocker, so just trying to get some more touches up front against this Indy offense that's been insanely efficient.
Jones has not played a ton this season, just 3 sets so far, but like you said, trying to get something going to slow down that Indy front row. Ready to go here in set 3. Veronica Stone serves, and off we go. The overpass is played by Crawford. Hilly, back set, Teeler. Free ball back to the Ignite. Crawford from the middle, point Indy.
The best thing that Indy has done tonight is just continue to keep the pressure on San Diego. They're digging a lot of balls, but San Diego can't transition them because Indy's putting these balls in a great spot to where they're out of system.
4th kill of the night for CC Crawford out of the middle. Nina Chaich serving. Lee goes to Dolke, evens it up early.
One person that has been pretty effective for San Diego has been Kendra Dolke. Already 14 kills on the night. She has been lethal outside. For context, the next closest is Elise McGee with just 4 kills.
Yeah, has not been a very balanced offense for San Diego, but Dolke has been really impressive.
Part of what that tells you in the outsides are getting really high kill numbers is that you're actually out of system at a pretty high clip. Normally when you're in system, the offense is pretty spread out and multiple players are getting high kill numbers. But when it's just pretty outside heavy, that means your team has been out of system too much.
I think this might be a substitution issue again. We've had it a couple times. Well, Pepper's having a good time tonight.
Pepper's always having a good time. She's awesome.
A shot right at the camera. All right, ready to play again. 1-1 the score, Lee serving. Hilly back set to Taylor right at the net, and it's wide of the line, point San Diego.
And that ball just a little bit too tight for Johnny Taylor to do anything with. Hilly needs to get her off the net just a little bit more.
She does get her off the net, but it's blocked right back, and it hits Taylor, point San Diego.
And that's what Raynell Jones gets you up front. She has such a big blocking presence. Even if her body isn't there perfectly, she dives those hands back into seams, and she is so good with that handwork.
Maryland's all-time leader in blocks in program history, twice led the country in blocks during her college career. Put her in there to get more production defensively, and she does it right on cue.
She's also just a spark plug for any team you put her on. I mean, she cheers louder than almost anyone. She's really fun to have on your side.
Now they go to her for some offense.
Beautiful put down from Raynell Jones up front. This ball in the perfect spot for her to do something with, and she unloads on it.
Only the 3rd match she's played in all season. This is only the 4th set she's appeared in, but last couple points, she's gotten a block and a kill. Martin is rejected. Jones combines with Page up front, and the defense is clicking for San Diego.
This new lineup for San Diego really creating that spark that they needed. Jones doing a phenomenal job working side to side with her pins.
Also worth noting, too, no Lecator member Mena, who rolled her ankle last set. That's usually the stopper you go to when you need a point. Blocked, but out of bounds. Point San Diego. Mojo on a run.
All of a sudden, San Diego has much more energy on their side. They look more fired up and dialed in than what we saw for the first 2 sets.
Especially set 2, where Indy ran away with it. Been a different story here early in the third, and now the Ignite not in system. Martin off the deflection of the block. Jones turned away. Great play by Hilly. Ball still alive, and Teeler wins the point.
San Diego challenging whether that pancake was up. That's something you have to do mid-rally. They tried to get to the iPad as soon as they could, but they will challenge that up.
Well, let's see what we can see.
Here's a good look at it.
Call's overturned.
Just most of the ball catching that floor rather than Hilly's hand on the pancake.
So the Mojo have opened a 7-2 lead here in set 3 after losing the first 2. A lot of it done with Kendra Dahlke serving. Teeler gets a much-needed point for the Ignite.
Indy needed that spark plug to come alive. A much better pass off a really tough Dahlke serve. Well handled by Martin.
Teeler rotates back to serve after the kill. Indy went on a long service run with her back there in set 1. Kayla Lund goes cross court, and Martin can't handle it.
All kinds of switches on San Diego's side. Now we'll see Kayla London at that second outside position. She does a really good job providing stability out there.
Third-year pro out of Pasadena. Spent 4 years at Pitt, where she was the first player in Pitt history to be named a first-team All-American. Slide for Muller. She tools the block.
Indy needs more of that. Give Blake Muller going, whether it's behind the setter on a slide or in front. She has been insanely effective tonight. Hilly has to make sure to continue to get her going. She's hitting nearly 600.
The 9th kill for Blake Muller, who entering tonight had not had more than 6 in any match this season. Serve does go a little bit long, and San Diego gets the side out. Comes Lauren Page to serve, former Oregon Duck. She's got an ace.
Indy was passing phenomenally up until this set. They were about 60% in system. Now that number's dipping to about 50 on the match. The service Eve has to do a better job with Lecator member Mena out. Izzy Martin has to step up back there.
Nearly another ace. Chaich does go off speed. But Indy scores on a net violation. And I think the other part that doesn't get talked about enough or as much as Lecator members play in the front row with the kills is that she's also the team's leader in digs as well at almost 4 a set.
Yeah, team's leader in digs. She's also the best passer on the court. She's passing about 72% in system on the year, which I can't even put into perspective how high that is. Normally the goal is about 60%, and that's the number you shoot for. She's over 12% better than that. She is one of the best passers, not just in Indy, but on the entire PVF. She is so good back there. Provides a lot of stability. And when you take that player and then she's out of it, yes, you miss her offense and defense, but the first touch is just as important in making sure that you have stability in the backcourt. So Kylie Murd, the libero, has to step up for Indy to really take control back there and make sure that Nina Chaich and make sure that Izzy Martin are on the same page in their seams.
8 matches in, all 8 of them have ended in double-doubles for Lecator member Mena. Exited about halfway through the second set with 5 kills and a dig after she came down on her teammate's foot and twisted her ankle a little bit. Has not been on the floor since, as you see her there.
Currently in dress clothes, shoes off, slides on.
Not someone you want to be without if you're the Indy Ignite. Former Purdue Boilermaker Blake Mueller serving with Indy down 5 here in the third set. Lee goes back set off the slide. Great play by Martin. Overpass dropped home, but it's a point for Indy on the net violation.
Caroline getting just a little bit too aggressive on that swing. It's a good decision to go up and take a swing at it. You just have to make sure you're disciplined on the follow through.
Hilly sets, Chaic near side, roll shot falls through.
Really smart decision from Chaic, normally known for that power, so when she goes to the off speed, it catches the defense off guard.
Rookie out of Tennessee, where she had 42 kills in a match this season, only player in SEC history who's ever done that. I don't care who you're playing, how many sets you play, you get 40 plus kills in a match, you're doing something insane. It is blocked, but out of bounds, and Veronica Stone's able to tool the block for the San Diego point.
That's one thing that San Diego's been missing in their offense is a little bit more diversity, getting that spread out. Veronica Stone is so good behind the setter on the slide. Dayang Lee has to do a better job of getting her going off of good passes.
Kayla One serves, squeezes just out of play. Comes Sydney Hilly, the setter who leads the team, 6 aces on the season. It's been spectacular tonight in every phase. But she's off the service line quickly on the Stone kill.
San Diego has made massive strides in their passing this set. They're passing about 85% in system, which is insanely high comparative to Indy's side, just 10% in system. That allows that middle to run so Veronica Stone can be effective up there.
Hilly looks to Chaic, whips it through the defense for the kill.
Sometimes when those passes are good as an outside, you know that you have to be relied on a little bit more. Chaic is really good at that, even in out-of-system situations, knowing she's going to have a double block, knowing exactly where to hit it.
I think that with the combination of no Lecator as well, you're probably going to see a lot more swings for Chaic.
And she knows that she also has to step up and play just a little bit better than what we've seen.
Dalkey down the line is played by Hilly. Dalkey again, far pin. Hilly back set. Chaic from the back row drills it.
Beautiful set from Sydney Hilly on the run, making this so deceptive. Watch Hilly, she's moving forward, sets this ball back. The block is in the complete wrong spot to take it. A beautiful finish from Chaic.
George Padgett told us last week that that might actually be her best swing, is from the back row.
And he said he wants more back row production from her because it's been so good back there.
She's got the bump set here to Teeler, but that is tough to adjust to. Point San Diego.
Just a little bit too tight on that out-of-system ball, but the defense back there, if you're covering, you have 2 people in the same spot, someone's got to make a play at that cover ball.
Back set to Taylor. Gets a full windup and delivers.
Indy needs to get Ajani Teeler the ball just a little bit more this set. She was so effective through sets 1 and set 2. They got to get a little bit more right side production.
Lee sets to Jones and adjusts mid-air to poke it over for the kill.
A really smart decision from Jones up front. Knowing that she has a double block with Teeler coming in from the right side, that opens a lot in zone 2 in the right front of the court for her to place that tip.
Jones, who did not play in either of the first 2 sets, has made quite the impact here in set 3. Serve goes into the net, point Indy Ignite.
For San Diego, having that little bit of a cushion that they had. They need to make sure they capitalize on this because backs against the wall. They're down 2-0 in this match. They have to win the set to keep things going.
Moeller sprints it down. And that's pushed out of play by Martin. Point San Diego.
There's more chaos happening on Indy's side. What they need to do from here on out is just control those plays a little bit better, especially from the serve receive standpoint. Chayich and Martin have to work just a little bit better next to each other.
There's an ace. The lead for San Diego pushes up to 4 after Raynell Jones' second ace of the season. San Diego with a good response here in set 3, trying to avoid the sweep and send us to a 4th set. Well, you got to give a lot of credit to San Diego. Backs against the wall, Emily, down 2 sets to nothing, but a great response here in set 3.
The biggest difference has been aggressive serving. They are putting so much pace from the end line and targeting seams really well, especially with Lecator member Mena not in for Indy. They know that they can go after those seams on Indy's side.
Trying to avoid the sweep, send us to a 4th set. Raynell Jones, who did not play the first 2 sets, has been really good here in the 3rd. Isabel Martin uses the hands of the block for a kill.
A good answer. Indy needed that right out of the timeout, nailing a pass and getting some offense going.
Martin, the rookie from Florida, who's getting a lot more time because of Lecator member Mena out in street clothes with her shoes off, ice on the ankle.
And because of that, normally we see Elena Scott go in for Teeler back row, but they'll put her in for Martin because that'll provide more stability in serve receive.
Off the slide, that is Stone who powers it through.
While Indy's having trouble in their serve receive, San Diego is doing a phenomenal job. Everybody is locked in, nearly 85% in system, an insanely high number that gets that middle attack going. Indy has to put in more pressure from the end line.
Haven't really let Indy go on a big run, which they did in each of the first 2 sets. Chayich sails it cross court, too strong, point San Diego.
You'd like to see Hilly do maybe something a little bit different with that, with a really good pass. Maybe get Moeller going on that slide attack because she's been so good tonight.
Yeah, 9 kills tonight for Blake Moeller, her new season high, but it's been all San Diego here in set 3, and Indy calls a timeout down 5. All right, what is the response here that the Ignite need to have? Where do you make adjustments?
The biggest adjustment has to be in service league. Now that you have Elena Scott back there, it definitely helps things in terms of stability in those seams because normally they have Chayich back there along with Murr, and Scott plays a few rotations when she goes in for Teeler. But now that she's in for an outside, it does change those passing patterns a little bit, but you know that Elena Scott is such a good passer, and a little bit just a step up from what we see from Martin back there. More comfortability between that passing court. But they have to make the adjustment now because it can't come later on in the set if they want to close it out in 3.
Yeah, Scott, a 2-time ACC Defensive Player of the Year at Louisville. And Coach Padgett told us this morning, it's just a matter of time before she gets an opportunity at the starting libero spot. He said, but it's just tough when you got somebody as good as Kylie Murr. You need her on the floor as much as you can, too.
And it's huge that Coach Padgett has the ability to get Scott more playing time than you normally see than just a serve sub going in for that half rotation. He lets Scott play the complete backcourt because she's so good back there, and they need that.
5-point San Diego lead out of the timeout. Down 2-0, but a chance to send us to a fourth, and Chaic is rejected. Teeler back row, pops it off the tape for the kill.
Good chase down from Ajani Teeler. You see that athleticism really playing out. This ball way far in front of the 10-foot line, but she chases it and lands looking like she's almost in a front row attack. That's how dynamic it was.
Very live arm is the way George Padgett described Ajani Teeler. Great athlete, covers a lot of space on the floor. Comes Carly Scott on to serve. Goes into the net. Lead is back to 5 for the Mojo.
And those are just the errors that you can't have late in the set as you're trying to claw your way back in. Indy needs to play as clean as possible.
It's Kayla Lund back behind the service line for San Diego. Hilly back set. Teeler sent back. Teeler one more swing. That won't get over. Indy scores. The Ignite pull it in 4.
I really like that decision from Elena Scott, who has such good hands, to go back to Teeler after that swing and give her that second opportunity.
She does that quite a bit. When things don't go the way on the first swing, Hilly will immediately go back to the same person she just went to.
Especially for Teeler, her kill percentage, meaning the percentage of times she gets the ball and versus it being a kill is about 50%. So you know the second time she's probably getting a kill on it anyway.
Well, that's back-to-back Indy errors that have been service error, or back-to-back Indy serves that have been service errors. And you just, like you said, you can't have that.
Especially this late in the set, it's that lack of focus when they're going right into the tape. At least hit them out of bounds if you're going to miss, because that gives the other team the opportunity to play it.
Crawford up to the back row. Dalkey whips it down the line for the kill.
Great transition on San Diego's side. Beautiful defense right in on the setter's hands. Gets that ability to run the quick offense.
A 6-point lead for San Diego. And Indy will take a timeout. Well, they have not faced this kind of problem whatsoever tonight. It has been all Ignite in the first 2 sets. But the combination of poor passing, no Lecator member Mena, and all of a sudden San Diego on the verge of closing out the set and sending us to a fourth.
And don't get me wrong, San Diego's playing really well during this third set, but it's more of a reflection of how much Indy's really missing Lecator member Mena when they have a bailout situation. Indy doesn't have that person that they feel like they can go to. They're getting swings from all different people, trying to see who can put the ball down. Teeler's come up a few times for them, as well as Chaic, but normally they have member Mena anywhere on the court that they know in difficult situations they can just chuck the ball up to and she can put it down. 5
kills a set, 4 digs a set. Among the league leaders in both of those. Lecator member Mena came down on the foot of CeCe Crawford, her teammate, after they went up for a block about halfway through set 2, has been out since then. Veronica Stone serving. She went on a long run earlier in this set. Hilly sets Chaic, spins it off the hands of the block. They get the point out of the timeout.
Really good response out of the timeout. If Indy's going to make a run for the set, it has to start now. Getting that offensive production is really important, especially on the outside right now without member Mena.
And the rookie Chaic, after the kill, rotates back to serve. Led the SEC in aces this season. Murr's there, lunging after it for the dig. Here's Teeler on the far pin, sent away. Murr dives after it once again. Dalkey shoves it into the corner. It's upped and sent over. Hilly's there. Martin pushes over. Lead dumps, and that time there's nobody there. That is great IQ from Lee on the dump to win the point.
So smart, knowing that the first one didn't go down, but that defense is going to be on their heels. I mean, they're tired after making that play. Such a smart decision from Lee to yet again go with that dump and catch the defense on their heels. Beautifully placed.
Ensuing serve goes long. Indy pulls back within 5. Jones, they say it's touched. Or no, they say it was in. Either way, point San Diego.
Just a great slice from Jones, barely catching that sideline, just about as close as it could possibly get.
2 points away from winning the set and avoiding the sweep with Dalkey serving. Lee gets to Jones again. Overpass. One shoves down the line. Hilly got caught sprinting up. Set point San Diego.
San Diego continuing this set to just diversify their attack, get different people going. This time it's Lund on the outside.
Dalkey a chance to win it, but serve is long. Indy survives the first set point. San Diego still has 6 of them to work with. See if Ajani Teeler can go on a run for the Ignite facing set point. She cannot. The service error is how San Diego wins it.
There's too many errors on Indy's side, especially from the service pressure. Hitting too many balls in the tape, especially when Mojo aren't giving you many to work with. You have to be clean.
25-18, San Diego responds back after being down 2-0 to take the third set. And off to the fourth we go here in Fishers.
Fishers Event Center in Indiana will play host to the inaugural PVF All-Star Match, February 22nd. Tickets are on sale now at provolleyball.com or scan the QR code for instant access.
We got it next. That's how you finesse. We come for they next. Beautiful comeback swing. Ball is blocked straight down. What a rocket out of the back. Now they calling my phone, yeah, but I'm all in my zone. They not a threat. Tell them reset. She is absolutely white hot. And a nice block on the outside. Yeah, all on my own, yeah. When they brought it back home. What a final rally.
From club or high school courts to championship arenas, Spalding has been the trusted partner of volleyball players for generations. Our team of dedicated professionals isn't just about selling equipment, we're about supporting your journey. Spalding offers a comprehensive range of high-performance systems, nets, and accessories meticulously crafted for every skill level, budget, and playing style. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Spalding's knowledgeable staff will guide you, equip you, and cheer you on every step of the way.
That's in here from the Fishers Event Center in Indy, and after being down 2-0, San Diego completely changed their lineup, Emily, and it resulted in a win.
San Diego found a way to make things click. They put Raynell Jones in the middle, Kayla Lund on the outside, and both players did phenomenally the second that they checked in. Kayla Lund, 5 kills, hitting nearly 600, and you had Raynell Jones coming in, who was a difference maker as well, hitting nearly 400 with 2 blocks. And here is the difference through 3 sets. We see that efficiency definitely on the Ignite side, but it was really that set 3 that told the story of San Diego just serving Indy off the court. That's the biggest adjustment that they need to make, clearing up their serve receive on Indy's side.
Yeah, that efficiency for Indy was up near 350. It's down to 318, and the efficiency through 2 sets for San Diego was close to 100. It's up to 193.
At 448 during that 3rd set.
Well, Indy starts off on the right foot with an ace from Sydney Hilly.
Serving more aggressive is going to be key for Indy here because San Diego was in system at such a high clip. Indy has to hit the seams better and hit them more aggressively.
7th ace of the season for Sydney Hilly, most on the team for the Ignite. And Paige gets it right back for the Mojo, tooling the block.
Much better answer by the serve receive on the Mojo side, getting them in system to run that quick outside set.
Indy took the first 2, especially the second one was very dominant. San Diego answered back with a win in the 3rd. Nina Chaich with a bullet through the middle.
Chaich has been phenomenal all night, hitting around 400, doing a really good job seeing the block and hitting whatever swing she's getting. She needs to step up and has stepped up with Licator member Mena out of the lineup.
Coming off a great performance last weekend, an 18-kill match against Orlando. Jones from the middle spins it off the block.
Dion Lee's doing a nice job when San Diego has been in system, really getting that middle going and making sure she's keeping the offense more spread out in the second half of this match.
Yeah, that was the problem through the first 2 sets, wasn't it?
It was all outsides, and now she's getting those middles involved, and it's paid dividends.
Hilly goes to the right side. It's Taylor, whips it through the back row.
And it looks like they got a little more pop to them, just more energy on their side, feeding off of each other better. Hilly looks like she's tightened up the sets a little bit more, putting her hitters in better positions.
Trailed the entire 3rd set. Come out and played pretty well through the first few points of the 4th. Lee with a back set on the slide to Stone. Taylor rejected, and it stays in play. Point Mojo.
San Diego has just been a blocking machine through the last set or so, really turning it on, identifying where the sets are going and putting those hands in good positions.
Lee looks to Lund, up by Murr. It is a point for Indy on a double contact by San Diego.
It's a little bit ugly coming off the hands on San Diego's side. You can still get called for that here in the pro game.
Kylie Murr said, I thought it was on me. I said, what the heck?
That was a first contact. What do you mean?
That falls right down for an ace. Indy's 2nd of this set. This one from Ajani Taylor.
What Indy's doing really well is changing up where they're serving these balls. They'll hit them deep and then drop one in short, really playing that cat and mouse game with the Mojo.
Only the 2nd of the season for Ajani Taylor, but 2 of the first 5 points for the Ignite have come via the ace. Back row, Dolke right at Chaich. Point San Diego.
Even though San Diego's offense has gotten more unpredictable and spread out, they'll still continue to go to Dolke, who's been their heavy hitter so far tonight with 16 kills.
She was really the only source of offense through the first 2 sets, but it's been a little bit more spread out the last set plus. Martin blocked right back to her. Hilly with a back set. This is Taylor whipping it cross court.
In these rotations where Sydney Hilly is front court, she now had 2 players in the back that she could go to, Ajani Taylor and Nina Chaich at the time. So many options for San Diego to worry about, and Sydney Hilly spreading it out really well.
Martin back to serve. Lee looks to Dolke on the near pin, swatted back by Hilly. Dolke again.
Good dig.
And Muller off the slide, drills it down the line.
Huge transition play for Indy. Phenomenal play from Kylie Murr in the backcourt. Pushes Hilly all the way at the net. And watch Blake Muller on this play. Gets all the way back with enough momentum to take that all forward and put it down.
10 kills for Muller. First time she's been in double digits in kills this season. The slide to Stone, spins it off the block. Mojo get the side out.
Veronica Stone has been phenomenal on that slide attack, going off of 1 foot behind the setter, hitting 400 right now. When she's up front, Lee has to keep getting her going.
Dumped over by Hilly, and it works to perfection.
Perfect time to do it as well. A tight pass. Hilly's up front. She hadn't dumped throughout the entire almost third set. Got to reestablish herself as a threat up front.
Coach Padgett said he wants more of that. He wants her to be more assertive offensively. Seen it a couple times tonight. Dalkey rolls it off the block.
That short serve taking out the route of the right side and middle attacker, so Dalkey's really the only one who can get the ball in that situation. Did a really nice job even with the double block in front of her.
Teeler, point Indy, deflected by the block up front.
Teeler's back row attack has been so effective for the last week because they made the adjustment of moving it just a little bit deeper, not leading her as much so she has more space to hit.
Page going cross court, point San Diego.
Now San Diego getting a lot more production from their outsides, even though they have been spreading it out. Page now stepping up.
And pulled within 2 here in the 4th set. Indy up 2-1. Hilly goes outside to Chaich. Great play by Dalkey to lunge after it. Lund pushes it into the block. Dalkey back row, right to Murr. Back setting and swatted away. Cece Crawford with the rejection.
Really good transition play, Cece Crawford in the perfect spot to make this. It's a good play on San Diego's side, but Crawford gets all the way out to her pin. Really dynamic.
Great defensive force up front. Cece Crawford has been all season. Jones is blocked again by guess who? Cece Crawford.
What a read. One-on-one blocks are so difficult to do because you know where it's going, but you don't know what angle they're going to hit. You're taking a guessing game of just knowing the scout, and Crawford was so dialed in.
Back-to-back blocks for Crawford has Indy up 4 in set 4. Jones sails it long, and even though that's not a block, you know that was probably in the mind of Jones of what Crawford's done the last couple points.
Yeah, part of it is you're trying to avoid the block, and that set just a little bit too low to do anything with. You have that combination, sails the ball out of bounds.
Lee looks to the outside to Lund, and she is rejected. How about this defense from the Indy Ignite?
Cece Crawford just going off at this point. San Diego has to make an adjustment right now. Hit a little bit higher, because if you're going right down into the block, it's coming back twice as fast.
A lot of defense from Cece Crawford in this 4th set has Indy up the largest they've been up this 4th set, 13-7.
And Cece Crawford, when she gets in that zone, she is so fun to watch. She's got that it factor, really that swagger to her that's just so fun. When she gets going, she becomes tough to stop when she's in that zone.
659 career blocks. Her career spent a couple years at Kansas, then 3 years at Wisconsin. Has always been known for what she can do defensively in the front row. Much better 4th set for Indy. Quite the response after losing in set 3.
The biggest difference has been their blocking and defense really picking up. You can see that intensity both in the backcourt. Kylie Murray is picking up everything back there, not letting anything drop. Then in the front court, they're reading really well, whether it's Moeller up front or Crawford, closing to those pins and just moving laterally, but also staying really disciplined because San Diego's still been in system at a pretty high clip. They're spreading their offense out well, but Indy's just been better defensively, making some pretty impressive reads.
Oh, a lot of this run has been with Nina Chaich behind the service line. Indy Ignite up 6, a chance to win it in 4 sets. But she sails it long on the serve, a timeout well used by San Diego.
Those are the times where you gotta hit your serve. Coming out of a timeout, you know that the other team's trying to stall you. You need to go back and just get that ball in.
Ensuing serve from Jones goes into the net, so we trade service errors. Page from the middle tools the block.
There's so much power coming from Lauren Page on that swing. Blake Muller's in the right spot to make the play, but those hands just not quite pressed over enough because of how fast Page swings through.
Hilly dumps it over, played by Lund. Bump set from Murr. Here's Teeler on the near pin. Lund into the block again.
This block completely stifled. That's 4 in just the 4th set alone. They have made a massive shift, especially on that right side pin, to shut down San Diego.
A dominant block from Indy in this 4th set has them up 6. First 3 were all CC Crawford. This last one was a Johnny Teeler, who's now back to serve for the Ignite. Back set off the slide. That is Stone.
That's coming off so fast. I mean, it is lightning fast from the time that it's off of Lee's hands to the time that Stone is on top of it. That connection is phenomenal.
Hilly looks to Martin down the line, picked up. Dalkey, too strong, point Indy.
Just barely out of bounds. Dalkey with a really smart swing, either trying to clip hands or just going right to the back line. Barely miss it.
16-10 is the lead for Indy, and the Ignite trying to put it away in 4 sets here at home against San Diego.
Well, it's a block party here at the Fishers Event Center, and this is an ode to the University of Wisconsin-Madison. And talking to CC Crawford yesterday, she said it's been so fun to see Ignite fans because they hold out these bees, pulling out every time Indy gets a block, which is exactly what Badger fans did there. And she just thinks that is so cool to have those fans follow her here.
That is super cool to carry over from her college days, Wisconsin, follow her here to Indy, and she's been a part of 3 of those blocks just in this set alone.
It's been a massive difference from what we see in set 4 from Indy. 4 blocks in just this set. It's so impressive.
Got a 5-point lead. San Diego did get the side out of the timeout. Hilly with a back set. Teeler goes roll shot, played by Lee. Dolke. She's been unstoppable at times tonight for San Diego.
Now, Dolke's been phenomenal. Already 19 kills tonight, hitting nearly 300, doing a really good job bailing San Diego out of some difficult situations.
The 19 kills matches her season high, which was done against Indy as well in the first meeting between the 2 teams. Back set, Moeller on the slide. You talk about unstoppable. I think that's worked every time.
Blake Moeller has literally been unstoppable. She hasn't made one error tonight. She's hitting well over 600. Behind the setter, she has been phenomenal. She's known for being great off of one foot, and Hilly is really showing why tonight.
11 kills on 17 swings for Blake Moeller. Out of system. Dolke still gets a good swing on it. Free ball. Lay to Jones. Hilly dumps, point Indy.
Now Hilly's just showing off. I mean, beautiful sets left and right, getting everybody involved. It's been a massive focus for her to get more involved in the offense herself as well when she's up front, and she's doing that at the perfect times.
Stat line is ridiculous. 41 assists, 20 digs, 3 kills, 2 blocks for Sydney Hilly. And she adds another assist to it. Nina Chaich on the far pin.
Just a massive difference here in this set. They've been able to get everybody going, have seams in the block all around because the passing has been so good.
Passing, for a lack of a better word, in set 3 was bad. It's a lot better here in set 4. Dolke. Scott couldn't get there. Point San Diego.
Dolke's done a really good job exploiting that cross-court shot, the seam right between left back and middle back. It's so difficult to defend because you have 2 players that could take it.
Oh, her 20th kill is a new season high. She pulls the Mojo within 6. Dayong Lee, the 11th year pro setter. Serving now for San Diego, trying to go on a late run. Nina Chaich again.
Indy's starting to close into the red zone now. This is where you really want to take control and not crack the door open for the other team to try to come back.
Chance to win it here in 4 sets, snap a 2-game losing skid, and move to 4-1 at home. They've been really good in this building. Page, that's picked up by Elena Scott. Chaich goes off speed for another kill. She has been the hot hand for Indy in set 4.
Chaich is just putting the team on her back right now, trying to close this up. With Lecator member Mena out, somebody had to step up for Indy, and Nina Chaich has been phenomenal.
Mojo has to take a timeout, down 8 here in set 4. The 16 kills for Nina Chaich are a team high tonight. Johnny Teeler right behind her with 15. Well, the upcoming schedule for the Indy Ignite looks like this. Back-to-back against Atlanta, including on the road Sunday, then right back in this building a week from tonight. Also home against Vegas before finishing up this next stretch with a couple on the road at Omaha and at Atlanta to begin the month of March.
You throw in the All-Star game in there on February 22nd, just 2 days after that Atlanta match. So You have Lecator member Mena say she's healthy playing in that, Ajani Teeler as well as Sydney Hilly. So a lot of tough matches coming up for this Ignite team, especially that Vegas one who's just controlling the league right now.
Yeah, they've been dominant to start the season. Coach Pageant team got out to a really good start. They were the last unbeaten team in the league. They were 4-2 at one point, second place in the standings, but they've lost 4 of 5. Point for Indy on 4 contacts.
Now Indy just completely taking control, forcing San Diego into chaotic situations out of system.
Back set, this is Jones on the far pin. Dalkey the free ball. Indian system, Hilly back set, Teeler into the block, still up. Still up. Not up anymore. Teeler terminates.
When you've got Kylie Murr and Elena Scott in the backcourt, it is nearly impossible to get a ball down. I mean, the amount of space that they cover is so insane, just putting so much pressure on San Diego to hit crazy shots because nothing's falling.
Kylie Murr, 5-time All-Big Ten selection. Elena Scott, 2-time ACC Defensive Player of the Year. That hits the line, point San Diego.
Just barely going out of bounds. You got a touch call on that one, barely. Could almost not see it.
Hilly sets Chaich, goes off speed. Murr the free ball, great defensive sequence for Indy. Jones sails it long. The Indy Ignite have match point up by 10.
Relentless defense is what Indy is known for, and they're showing off here in this fourth set. Just nothing hitting the door.
Fans to their feet, a chance to win it in 4 sets for the Indy Ignite with Nina Chaich serving. Back row Dalkey zips it between the 2 back row defenders, and this match is still alive.
Now San Diego tries to claw back. Expect Dalkey to get a lot of sets, even with her in the backcourt.
21 kills tonight for Dalkey, a new season high. She's had 40 combined in the 2 Indy matches this season. Martin, that's the winner for Indy.
Despite their best player going down, Indy took a little bit of a dip earlier on in that match during set 3, but they turned it around here in set 4, completely took control. Nina Chaich was really impressive, really stepping up when Indy needed it most, as they had their best player out and needed someone to do that.
Oh, it was a dominant 4th set for Indy without Lecator member Mena. And the Indy Ignite win it 3-1. They improved to 5-4 on the season. Now 4-1 in this building. Not an easy place to come in and win for opponents. 4 sets is the winner for the Indy Ignite. We will wrap it up on the other side.
Event Center in Indiana will play host to the inaugural PVF All-Star Match, February 22nd. Tickets are on sale now at provolleyball.com or scan the QR code for instant access.
We got it next. That's how you finesse. We come for they next. Beautiful comeback sweat.
From club or high school courts to championship arenas, Spalding has been the trusted partner of volleyball players for generations.
Well, the Indy Ignite take it over the San Diego Mojo in 4 sets, and we are joined by Blake Moeller after a career high in kills tonight. Blake, what was working for you tonight?
The slide. It's something Sid and I have been working on all season, and she just kept her confidence in me and kept me going throughout practices, and I think tonight it finally clicked, so it was fun.
Now that you're about a month into the season, what's the biggest thing that you've been working with Sid on that slide attack?
Just the speed. I forget, I haven't played in a year and a half, so I thought I was a lot faster than I was in the beginning. So just figuring out the timing and getting explosive on my second step.
Blake, you guys were without Lekator in the final 2 sets, struggled in the third, but came back with a dominant performance in set 4. What was the message after the third set?
Our saying this season is 16 strong. That means everyone on the bench is going to give everything that they have to this game. And I think that the 4th set was a really good show of that. We're 16 deep, and we have everyone that can come into the game and make a difference.
I know you've only been playing for a handful of years professionally, but you're one of the more experienced players on this Indy team. How have you really tried to pull this team together when they need you most?
It's just communication. Volleyball is such a chemistry-driven sport, so just being able to talk through plays and just learning everyone on the court has been a big help in our gym.
After a really good start for you guys, Coach was telling us this morning how it's the first time you guys have gone through adversity with a couple losses in a row. What's it say about this team to come out and perform the way you did tonight?
We're just getting better every game. We don't want to peak early. We're learning, and we're going to keep going up throughout the rest of the season.
All right, now that we're, a month into the season, what's been your biggest takeaway for this group so far?
Just loving each other. I think we have such a good group. We have such a great staff. This organization gives us everything that we need to be the best team possible, and we're just really lucky to be playing here in Indiana.
Well, Blake, thank you so much for the time. Congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks, Blake.
That is Blake Moeller after an 11-kill performance, a new season high for her. As we take a look at the final stats, Indy wins it in 4 sets, and really I think that efficiency number is going to be the thing that jumps out most.
Yeah, it was defense and offense working together. I thought Sydney Hilly set a phenomenal match. They hit 343. That's a very, very high number for your team to get, but also 69 digs. That's a great number. They were digging a ton of balls and transitioning them into good offense.
Dominant performance in the 2nd and 4th sets, especially for Indy. They did drop the 3rd, but a nice response in that 4th to cap it off in 4 sets tonight, and a win that they've quite frankly needed a little bit.
And Indy needed some momentum headed into this next tough stretch of the season.
Well, that'll do it for us tonight inside the Fishers Event Center as Indy takes down San Diego in 4 sets. A big thank you to our entire great crew for their work tonight. For Emily Eamon, I'm Noah Reed saying good night from Fishers. Indy wins it 3-1 over San Diego.